All right, we're starting off with 3 pounds of our classic applesauce in our crock pot. I have 2 boxes of my spice cake mix that we're gonna pour right in there. You can use whatever cake mix you prefer, but I want this to have all the fall feels, so we're doing the spice cake mix. All right, that's 1 box. 2 boxes. You can even get really creative and do 1 box of spice cake mix and 1 box of vanilla. Whatever you like, just throw it in there and it will be amazing. All right, we have those 2 boxes. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my whisk, and we are gonna whisk these 2 together until we get a delicious cake batter. So fun fact with applesauce, you do not need any eggs, any oil, or any water. It acts as all 3. You can make this easy dessert with just 2 ingredients, just the applesauce and just the cake mix. So let's get this nice and well combined.
Wow, it looks so cool.
Oh, it smells delicious too. All right, this is exactly how we want it to look. Make sure to get all of that out of our whisk. Oh, it smells like the epitome of fall. Yummy. Now, you can keep this just 2 ingredients, but we're not going to. I'm gonna come in with my dried cranberries and we're gonna place that right on the side of our crock pot, right on top of this cake mix. All right, we used about half of that bag, and then you can come in with whatever nut you like, but we're gonna do walnuts for this. We'll put that right in the center. Oh, these are just gonna complement that spice cake so perfectly. And last but certainly not least, we have some raisins, and I like using these dried fruit because they bring some moisture to the cake and some great variety in our bites. So let's get a good amount of our raisins in there.
Raisins always get stuff like that.
I know, it's okay though, they're worth the trouble. All right, and that looks like, maybe just a little bit more. Enough. All right, but we are gonna give this a mix, just like so. Oh, and we're just using a spoon this time because it's already all whisked together and we don't wanna make too much of a mess. I did grease my crock pot, but I'm so excited for this to come together. It's gonna be great for any fall occasion, but especially like Thanksgiving or, you know, any kind of potluck because it serves a lot. But that looks like it is blended beautifully. So one trick that I love to do when I make cakes in the crock pot is I'm gonna bring in some paper towels and we're gonna make sure our paper towels can cover our entire top of our crock pot. I have an 8-quart crock pot, and then we're gonna grab our lid and that will help catch any moisture that our crock pot makes, and then we're gonna pop this on high and let this cake start cooking. All right, it's been 3 hours on high. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off. I did already put a toothpick in it to make sure it's done. That's why there's no paper towel. But look at that. It smells like apple pie in here. This is gonna be delicious. Go ahead and scoop our delicious apple spice cake.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's perfectly cooked. Oh my goodness, and those cranberries. Wow, so we're gonna scoop that, and then you can put frosting on this, but I'm just gonna do some Ready Whip because that's what I like. Woo, oh my gosh, all that steam. Nothing better than a warm apple spice cake. Oh my goodness, the perfect bite.
Is it good?
I love this cake. You gotta try it. All right, this is 2 cans of grape concentrate. Now I'm coming in with some 7-Up. If you prefer Sprite, go for it. With our grape concentrate. Oh, this is gonna make it nice and fizzy, carbonation. Beautiful. Right in there. Ooh, we are getting there. All right, now we got some cranberry juice. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pour it right in there. This flavor combination is like a cran grape. It's so good. Everyone's gonna love it, and I think it's just so perfect for Halloween. And you will see the little spooky twist we're gonna add to it at the end. But first we need to get our flavors all in there. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit less. There's like maybe this much left in my cranberry. I have some soda water, and this is a cran lime, so that's gonna complement that 7-Up. Oh yeah, and that cranberry juice so nicely. Okay, and it's gonna cut back from some of that sweetness because it's a soda water and not a juice. It has 0 sugar in it. And we don't want this to be too overly sweet. Okay, so we have 2 cans. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab 2 more cans, so a total of 4 cans of this soda water cranberry lime. Ooh, yeah. Beautiful. And that adds some extra carbonation since we added that cranberry juice. So that was 4 cans of my cranberry lime soda water. All right, it is time to give this our final mix before we add our spooky touch. Oh my, this smells so good. And this is in my 3-gallon punch bowl. I got this from Crate and Barrel and I love it. It's so great for parties and it's gonna be awesome for this little spooky trick we have coming. All right, so this juice needs some ice. So I went ahead and made these glove ice cubes and they're gonna look so fun in our big punch. Oh my goodness, all you need is some food safe gloves with no powder. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our knife and we're just gonna cut these babies open. There we go. Oh my gosh, these are gonna be so cool. All right, we got these out. They did take a little bit of team effort, but now we have ice cubes for our punch and we're gonna carefully place them in there. Woo! Oh my, look how fun these look. We got our hands in our punch. Oh my goodness, that looks awesome. And it kind of looks, you know, like a creepy hand coming out of, you know. All right, give that a nice stir. Look how creepy. Oh no, we lost a finger already. That's okay. Look how fun our little hands are in our punch. Woo! Okay, time to serve it up. And to go with our little spooky theme, I have a skeleton glass. Let's go ahead and get some of this punch. Oh my, look at that beautiful red color. I'm gonna try to get that finger in my punch. Why not, right? All right, you guys. Cheers. Oh, that is delicious. All right, we are just mashing up our pumpkin donut holes in our 9x13. We want to make sure that these get nice and crushed. All right, that looks perfect. I'm gonna bring in my spatula and we're gonna just kind of make sure that we have a nice layer of those crushed donut holes on the bottom of our pan.
They smell so good.
Oh my gosh, yes. All right, that looks perfect. We're gonna move this to the side and bring in a bowl and a whisk. And I have here 2 boxes of our Novice classic cheesecake that we are going to rip open. We're just using the cheesecake mixture. We're not using the graham cracker crumbs. You can save that for another dessert, but we're gonna make sure that we get all 2 of these little bags emptied into our bowl. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna bring in my measuring cup and you need 3 cups of liquid, but instead of milk, we're gonna use our pumpkin spice latte. Just make sure it is chilled in your fridge before we do this. So we have 1 jar and don't worry, I have another jar. We're gonna just pour that until we get our 3 cups, which is almost 2 jars completely. And we're gonna pour this into our cheesecake mixture. So we have pumpkin donuts, pumpkin spice latte. This is gonna be so delicious. It is gonna have all of the good sweets in there. This is for people that love sweet treats like me. And we're just mixing this together. Now that pumpkin spice latte does have coffee in it, so that's what's gonna make this really, really tasty. So we gotta make sure we whisk this together until it is fully combined, and then you know it, it's gonna go on top of those delicious donuts. It's almost like breakfast for dessert. I love this recipe. This looks like it is well combined. It smells so good. I love anything pumpkin. We're gonna move back our delicious donut crust, and then this is gonna go right on top. All right. And in order for this to set, we're gonna put this in the fridge for at least 1 hour. All right, this has completely set, and my husband decided to go in and stick his finger in there. That's totally fine.
I'm sorry, it just looks so delicious.
Now I'm gonna bring in some homemade whipped cream, and we're gonna do like some dollops of whipped cream, cover up our mistakes. And I'm just gonna do a little bit on each kind of slice that we're gonna make. There's gonna be plenty of homemade whipped cream for later. Last but certainly not least, we're gonna just add a little bit of our pumpkin pie spice, just a nice little sprinkle. Look how just beautiful that makes this look. Oh my goodness, breakfast for dessert. Ooh. So let's go ahead and cut a slice. Should be able to just cut right through it. All right, come in with our spatula. Woo. Okay, it's a little messy. We got it. Oh. All right. I don't think I let it set long enough. I only had it in there for like 30 minutes. So you guys do as I say, not as I do, and let it set for an hour. But let's try this out.
Is it good?
That is really, really good. You just have to try it.